All right, we're going to practice solving for x, and we're going to use a method called the do and undo method. So I'm going to make a little chart over here that says do, and on the opposite side, undo. So what I'm going to do is look at my x here, and my whole goal is to isolate x. So what I do to x using order of operations is I would take x, I would then multiply x by 4, and then I would add 14. And once I did that, I would get it to equal 42. And I would do it in this order from top to bottom. So to undo, I'm going to do the opposite. So starting with 42, I'm going to subtract 14, divide by 4, and that'll tell me what x is. So 42 minus 14 equals 28. And then 28 divided by 4 is 7. So my answer is 7. So to solve this using our math, more algebraic method, I'm going to solve this, use the same order. So I'm going to start by subtracting by 14, maybe. So subtracting by 14. So those cancel out. I'm going to bring down my 4x equals 28. And now I'm going to divide by 4. So I get x equals 7. So same thing, but I think maybe setting up this do and undo chart might help you with the process for our order here. Let's try another one. So again, my goal is to isolate my variable w. So if I were to solve this using order of operations, I would start with whatever w was. I would divide that by 7, and then I would subtract 1.4, and it would equal a negative 12.6. So now to undo, so I'm going to go the opposite direction here. I'm going to start with negative 12.6. Then I'm going to now add, so I'm doing the opposite. Oops. I'm going to add 1.4. Instead of dividing by 7, I'm going to multiply by 7, and that's going to tell me what w is. So negative 12.6 plus 1.4 is negative 11.2, and then that times 7 equals negative 78.4. So let's look at what would this look like over here. I'm going to draw my line down the middle. So I'm going to start by adding 1.4 to both sides. So these cancel, so I'm left with w over 7 equals negative 11.2. And now I'm going to multiply both sides by 7. So these 7's cancel because 7 over 7 equals 1. So I'm left with my variable w, and 7 times at negative 11.2 is still negative 78.4. So again, doing it in the order for order of operations, undoing it using the inverse or the opposite operation.